They have lied to you about karma. Everything you've heard is a myth, because karma is not punishment, not a boomerang, not divine judgment. It's a living fire that you hold in the palm of your hand. And today, I'm going to show you how to control it. Why do 9 out of 10 people destroy their karma without even knowing it? How does the cup of coffee you drink right now change your future? And why did the ancient Zen masters call karma the dance of emptiness? In 12 minutes, you'll learn 3 rules that are never shown on fashion blogs. But be warned, after this clip, you will never look at your life the same way again. Are you ready to see the truth? Karma is not a sin meter. It's not a judge in a black robe. It's a mirror, but not the kind that hangs in your bathroom. A mirror that reflects not your face, but your intentions. Every morning you go to it and draw your future with the breath of your thoughts. Here is the first lie. Karma is retribution. Number Buddha taught, karma is the seed. If you plant an apple tree, you will get apples, even if you dream of mangoes. But people forget that seeds are not just actions. They're things you're afraid to think out loud. The second myth, bad karma is forever. But the monks of Tibet say that karma can be rewritten like wet clay. The secret? Wait a minute. Yes, the one you're living right now, because karma is not born in the past. It breathes in your next breath. The third lie, karma takes time. Now close your eyes. Imagine that right now, as you're listening to me, your karma is changing direction. How? Through asterisk attention. Every time you consciously choose where to look, you are rewriting the code of the universe. You ask, how? The answer lies in a 2,500-year-old teaching. And it's simpler than the recipe for your morning latte. It's the 4 noble truths of karma. First truth, karma is not fate, but habit. The Buddha said, you are what you do day in and day out. But what if we replace the word doing with thinking? Yes, your thoughts are the bricks with which the temple of your destiny is built. Imagine, you check your tape 5 times in an hour. Seems like a small thing, but each scroll is a seed. What's that? The seed of absent-mindedness. And what will it grow into? A tree that will one day block out the sun of your dreams. Second truth, the seed of karma germinates in silence. Do you know why monks learn silence? Not to avoid words, to hear the whisper of the seeds, the same ones you plant when you think no one can see, even now. A day of anger is a crack, a year of anger is a crevice. But the Buddha has given us a loophole. A seed will not sprout unless you water it with mindfulness. Stop looking at the cracks and the stone will become smooth again. Third truth, the most dangerous poison is inactivity of the mind. Have you ever wondered why idleness is called a sin? It is not because you lie on the couch. It's because inaction is also a choice, a tacit acceptance that your life is not your life. Dreams without action are ghost karma. It haunts you and whispers, what if? But the Buddha taught, even a step the size of a grain of rice is an explosion that moves mountains. Your mountain, your explosion. Fourth truth, karma can be erased in an instant. Yes, right now. How? Through repentance without regret. Not by saying, I'm sorry, but by saying, I choose otherwise. Even if you fall 100 times, the 101st breath still begins with a clear sky. Do you remember the story of Angulimala, the murderer who became a saint? He didn't wait for the right moment. He created it by saying, stop, stop. That word is your sword, your shield, your way of rewriting everything. Karma hides in the little things, like the way you drink your tea. Do you drink it thinking about deadlines? Or do you feel the warmth of the cup as if it were the hands of someone who loves you? The second is a ritual. The first is an abyss. How do you open the door? Abruptly, as if fleeing a storm, or slowly, like letting something new into your life. Zen masters say that the door is the boundary between you and your karma, and only you decide what is behind it. And how do you see the sky? As a beautiful picture or as a reminder? You are part of it. Every thought you have is a star, and your constellation can be a map for those who are lost. These rituals take no time, only awareness. As Master Ikkyu said, enlightenment is in a bowl of rice, but you keep looking for it in books. A young monk once asked his teacher, "How do you purify karma?" The teacher gave him a pitcher. "Take this to the water, but don't spill a drop." The journey was long, rocks, heat, wind. The monk was so afraid of spilling water that he hated every stone. When he returned, there was only mud in the jug. The teacher sighed. You carried water, but you carried fear in your heart. You wanted to purify karma, but karma became heavier. The monk cried, "What should I do?" The teacher said, "Walk again, but this time look at the road, not the jug. Carry the water as if you were giving it to someone who is thirsty." This time, the monk returned with a full jar and with an empty heart, ready for the light. Anything you do with fear, anger, or greed poisons the water. Anything you do with love, even if it's just one step, turns the desert into a garden. Here are 3 questions that will explode your karma. The first question is, what am I watering right now? Asterisk. Not what am I doing, but what am I watering? My fears or my courage, doubt or faith? The second question is, who am I watering? Even a cup of coffee drunk in a hurry becomes a gift when you think, this is for me. It's for my growth. The third question is, what will be left when I'm gone? Not things, not money. The energy of your choices, like an echo in the mountains, like a footprint on the water. These questions are not philosophy. They are a shovel. Today you dig, tomorrow you plant, and the day after tomorrow, the day after that, you're teaching others how to bloom. Karma is not just your actions, it is the echo of your relationships. Buddha said, "He who sees an enemy in another does not see himself in the mirror. Anyone who annoys you is a crack in your mirror. But who made it?" Imagine you are shouting at a coworker. Your karma in that moment is not the shouting, it's your need to be right. What if you replaced the argument with the question, what is this person teaching me about my weaknesses? This is the alchemy of karma. A taunt creates a ripple that comes back as a hurricane years later. But a single word of encouragement can also become a dam that holds back the currents of someone else's despair. Choose your stones wisely. You help everyone, you sacrifice yourself, but there's an emptiness inside. Why? Because karma doesn't count deeds, it reads motives. Kindness out of fear of being bad is poison in the golden bowl. Your sacrifice should not be born out of duty, but out of abundance. Like a flower that gives fragrance because it cannot otherwise. Otherwise, you build a prison for yourself and others. In the evening, stand against a wall with a lamp. Your shadow will be huge. Now step forward, the shadow will disappear. That's how karma works. While you're avoiding your shadows, They seem like monsters, but turn around and you see only the light of your awareness. Your fear, your envy, your pride, these are not enemies. They are teachers of your own invitation. Ask them, "What have you come to show me?" And then the flame of karma will become a candle on your path. It is said that when the world falls into chaos, the Buddha will awaken, but not where you are waiting. He awakens in you. The moment you choose, no more sleeping. It's time to create. Forgiveness is not weakness. It's a karmic reboot, like the story of Mahakashapa, who forgave his brother's murderer, not to save that person, to save his soul from the eternal cycle of hatred. Your karma is not a burden. It is water. You can't change its flow, but you can learn to swim, or build a ship, or become the rain that waters new sprouts. Now, as you watch this video, your karma is divided into before and after. Before, you were an observer. After, you will be the creator, even if you just decide to change the way you drink your morning coffee. You think karma is complicated. It's easier than breathing. Breathe in, you accept reality. Exhale, you change it through action, over and over until your lungs fill with the wind of freedom. Right now, ask the question you've been putting off for years. Not, how do I fix the past? But, what seed do I want to plant in this moment? And watch as the universe becomes your gardener. You are fighting karma. But what if you stop fighting? Start observing. As the Buddha said, don't change the world, change your perspective, and the world will become your ally. Breakfast is the first ritual of the day, but most people gobble it up with news, worries, and plans. Today, try something different. Silent breakfast. The rules are simple. No words, no screens, just you and the food. Feel the texture of the food. Hear the sound it makes. Imagine how each bite fills you not with calories, but with purpose. For example, this breakfast gives me the strength to be good. It's not magic. It's mindfulness karma's most powerful tool. After a week of this breakfast, you'll notice that what used to be annoying is now fun. Why? Because you've stopped feeding the demons of haste. You've chosen to be here, and karma always follows mindfulness. Once a young man came to Buddha and cursed an enemy. "He has ruined my life." The Buddha gave him a jar of pepper. "Dissolve this in the lake and drink it." The young man tasted it, and the water turned bitter. "Where is your enemy now?" the Buddha asked. The young man replied, "He is everywhere." The Buddha grinned. "You yourself have filled the world with bitterness. Do you want to change your karma? Start with a spoonful of honey in your heart. Every time you accumulate resentment, you drink the same solution. But karma allows you to choose again, even now, even after 1,000 bitter sips. Every morning, before you brush your teeth, pause. Look at yourself in the mirror for 5 seconds and say, "Today, I choose," instead of dots, use the word. Kindness, courage, silence, it doesn't matter. It's just about hearing your voice. This ritual is not an affirmation. It is a contract with karma. You are saying to the universe, "I am not the victim of yesterday's mistakes. I am the gardener of today's seeds." Even if you've lied to yourself 1,000 times, the 1,000th first attempt does count. For karma does not believe in perfection, but in direction. Before going to nirvana, the Buddha said, All the teachings are just a raft. When you cross the river, leave it behind. Don't carry it behind you. Your karma is also a raft. Don't cling to it. Use it and let it go. You don't have to carry all the mistakes. Burn the raft, build a boat, or dive into the water. Maybe you've learned how to breathe under pressure. The Buddha taught the most powerful prayer is mindful silence. Close your eyes. Imagine that your thoughts are rain, and you are the earth that receives them without judging. This is the purification of karma, not running from the storm, but dancing in the rain. Try this. Sit quietly for 5 minutes a day. Don't meditate. Don't control your breathing. Just listen to the silence. After a week, you'll notice that what used to cause anger now causes curiosity. Karma changes when you stop fighting the noise. A student once asked a teacher, "Why doesn't my effort change my karma? I am like a candle in the wind." The teacher replied, "You're trying to protect the flame, and you should become the wind." The student didn't understand. Then the teacher blew out all the candles in the temple and said, "Darkness is also karma, but the match in your hand is a choice." From then on, the disciple carried matches in his pocket, not for light. As a reminder, you are the source, not the victim. A 2022 Harvard study found people who do good deeds consciously have 30% more neural connections in areas of happiness. The Buddha would call this the karma of joy. Scientists say the brain is changed by habits. And you say, these are the seeds. Every time you give up your seat on the subway with an inner smile, you're not just being a nice person. You're programming your brain to be happy. And yes, it's scientific. But Buddha knew this 2,500 years ago without CAT scanners. Take a piece of paper and write a letter to yourself from you in 10 years. Let him thank you for 3 things you have done today. Don't fantasize about it. Just start. Thank you for. This exercise is not a visualization. It's a karmic contract. You are making a promise to a future that has already become the present. As Master Dogen said, time is an illusion that we overcome through action. Your past is a shadow. It exists only when you stand with your back to the light, turn around, and the shadow will be behind you. Karma is not a chain. It's a compass, and it always points to the now. Heartbreak, lost money, betrayal, these are cogs you carry in your pockets. Throw them away. Your pockets are for seeds. Which will you choose? If you've looked up to this point, your karma has already changed, because attention is energy. Now it's up to you to decide. Where will you put this energy? If this video clip has touched you, it means that there is already a fire burning within you. Don't let it go out. A like, a comment, a subscription, these are the matches you are passing on to others. Pass it on. Right now. Write, "I choose," and add your word. Kindness, patience, laughter. These planes will become a map for others and for you. For karma is not loneliness, it's chorus.